I guess this is video creation day. This is my third video for today. I just want, it's interesting. I was just thinking about just how this whole online presence really works. I've been in this space for I don't know, three years now. And this whole time people have witnessed and I have witnessed myself, literally a transformation within myself, going from trying to make myself into something that I wasn't to really uncovering who I really am. And I realized today, just today, as I was sitting here, that I have been literally asking myself the wrong questions. I've been asking myself, what am I here to do? What am I here to do? What am I here to do? And it's really not the question to ask, because what that does is it kind of bypasses the whole process of you getting closer to God and really uncovering your truth. In an earlier video, I spoke about the importance of the truth, but really quickly, I just want to say your truth is who you are, and your truth shows up in this nudge, and this sometimes a still small voice. Um, and what we've grown used to doing is ignoring it or dismissing it, or worse yet, not trusting it. And so I'm learning that I have been asking the wrong question. It's not so much what I'm here to do, but is what is it that I'm standing for? What is it that I'm taking a stand for that I feel led is my cause? That I feel led is my reason for being here. You see, and that's a whole different question. That's a whole different train of thought that arises up when asking that question. You see, I understand that we all have gifts. You have gifts, I have gifts, we all have them. The society that we live in most cases, doesn't necessarily allow us to develop those gifts because we're taught that you can't make a living. So, for example, for people who are musically inclined, or people who are more, where the creative side is more developed, they're artists, or people, even people who are like cooks, you know, you're told that you can't make a living, you can't, so I grew up with, the whole go out and get a great job, get a great career, get a great job. And I know a lot of people have. And the thing about that is, we're not going to make any of that wrong. People were doing that and saying that and teaching that out of their own perspective. We teach from our own point of view. And the thing is, I've learned that your gifts literally is what your treasure is, what you're here to bring to the masses, is what you're here to bring to uplift humanity. And so by not using those gifts, by not cultivating them, and by not developing them, you're actually doing not only yourself but mankind a disservice. And so when I got that, there was so much emotion that came up for me when I finally really got that deep down inside of me. There was shame, there was anger, there was frustration, there was sadness, shame that, I'll speak to that, that my gift isn't good enough, which of course is shame. Which of course is the poor self-esteem, and so we have to understand that literally our gifts is what makes room for us. Our gifts is what sets us apart. For those of you who are building businesses, let me just speak to that, because I've been in this space, like I said, for a few years. Prior to getting into the coaching space, I was also a consultant with my own business for 3 years before that. And being able to market yourself is a challenge if you have, low self-esteem. But if you're marketing yourself to provide a service and it's not necessarily your giftings, at some point you're going to grow resentful to that business, to that service. So your gift is something that you do naturally, that you do well, and people look at you and be like, wow, how do you do that? How do you do that so well? Because it's not in their wheelhouse. It's not what they've been given. It's not their treasure, or it's not their pearl. It's yours. But if you think about it, if you take your gifts and you take the gifts I have and you take the gifts the next person has, we all can bring that to mankind. And like I said, elevate mankind. And I honestly and sincerely believe that really we're at a time and space now where, God is looking for us to come forth with our gifts. He's looking for us to bring forth the treasures. He's looking for us to elevate mankind. A lot of us, I know people, when you're praying and you're asking God about negative things that have happened, I have learned, through my own personal losses in my life, through my own personal experiences and the things I've endured, which I'll share in other videos, um, that it's not always going to God for the answers as much as it is healing amongst ourselves. And I'll give one example. If you don't have if you have a situation where you and a relative is not, getting along, it's not so much going to God and asking him to intervene, although he can if he chooses to, but it's more so, walking in the realm of forgiveness, and being able to get to a place where you can no longer judge the person, but just accept who they are and how they are showing up at that point, because people can change. But this is just this is how they're presenting themselves. I mean, I have people in my life that, I don't make them wrong anymore. I mean, it's the relationship is I would have loved for it to be different, but if I've said my piece and, tried to clear things up, then I've done my part. So forgiveness is a beautiful thing. And I honestly believe that once you get to a place where you can just forgive, your gifts will start to come forth in an unhindered way, because it's not blocked. And your gifts are vital to the work that needs to be done in the world. And I have to say, this one of the things that's really made me nervous over the years, because I've always sensed this greatness. I've always sensed this desire to do more. I've always sensed that there was something else to be done for me to do. And it has been this constant, you know, leaning in and then trying to work and be external, but leaning in and then, oh, I got to go take care of this. Life is happening, leaning in. It's been this back and forth. And so it's this idea that your gift is there for you and it's present, but it's getting to a place where you cultivate it, put it into action, and learn to trust that God will show up and do His thing, while you do your part and yield your gift to be used. And so I just wanted to shoot this quick video today. I don't know if I'm going to do another one, but it's just been, just been heavy on my heart that it's time for us to release our gifts. It's time for us to be able to share and not be afraid, not be full of shame, not be sad, but actually go through the emotion. But at the end of the day, let the gifts come out so that it'll elevate mankind, and you'd be more present to what God is calling you to do. So that's all I have for you today. I'll talk with you again. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like I said, we're doing something special here, and I'm going to show up in faith and know that it's going to be big. Invite you to join me. All right, take care. Bye-bye.